Welcome to Weld.com. I'm Mancub. Today we're going to be doing a little 2G pre-pipe procedure. And you guys can see we're standing in front of a whole bunch of pipe. Before you guys can weld on the big boy pipe, you guys got to get your feet wet with the 3/8 plate open root, 60-10 and 70-18 all the way out to the cap. All right, make sure you guys stick around to the end of the movie. We're going to be giving a gift, an awesome gift giveaway, all right? I should give you a hint, maybe. It's going to be a power source. All right, let's get into this procedure. All right, guys, we're going to talk about the fit up first. The bevel, the size of the bevel, or the degree of the bevel we're doing is 35 degrees on one side and 35 on the other side. So it's going to be a 70-degree total included angle. I removed my mill scale on the top of the root, on both sides of the plate and a little on the edges. I run an 1/8 inch gap and an 1/8 inch slant. The little thing I take is a little spacer wire from your TIG rod or stick. I basically chip the flux off or use this, get my welpers or something, bend that like that, and this will keep my fit up consistent. You want your fit up really consistent. If it's not consistent, you're going to have to kind of like change your technique a little bit, because you're going to have the puddle's going to do different things because your root opening's inconsistent. On the tacks, I basically flip the plates over, put that in, and when I tack on the left side and I tack about a 1/16, but I leave a keyhole. Then I flip the plate back around and I run about a 3/8 tack, but I leave a keyhole because the reason I leave a keyhole, I'm coming into a keyhole. I'm not just coming into a hard stop. And then I basically grind my tacks all down to silver all the way, because it gets rid of all the BBs, all the undercut, whatever you left behind. So you can have also a good tie-in. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're on our amps. We're gonna run this to about 90 amps. That's what I'm gonna run it. I might have to come back and change it if the plate gets really hot. So hot start time, I'm gonna switch it over here. Oh, it came up on ARC for us. We're gonna just run with this. I like 15%, 15 to 20 I usually run, depends what machine. Then the hot start time, I go about half a second to 1 second is fine for me. And then the hot start intensity, I go about 5%. You go a little bit higher, but I go about 5. It's on 60-10, it's on DCEP. So let's go ahead and get into it. So basically, I striked an arc on my tack. We don't have no little side plates or anything, run on and run off plates. So we basically strike on the end of the plate, let the rod heat up a little bit on the tack, come over to it, and basically push your 60-10 in a little bit more, and basically pause there for a second and let it tie into that tack really good. And I basically just stick it in there and listen to that. If you hear that sound, you know you're getting in there, you're getting good penetration. And I'm watching my rod, like, I don't know, kind of taper, and I'm trying to keep it center of the joint. If it's in center of your joint, you know you're breaking down both walls of the plates, or both sides of the plate. That's what you're aiming for. So we're gonna stop at halfway because we're gonna practice our restarts. So our last step is we're just gonna grind that little restart area so we can have a good start up and just basically tie in, and we're gonna take off and stop at the end. The thing is, you want to warm up your stopping point. You just stick it in there and push it through. A little bit. Yeah, that puddle's getting a little bigger. We might have to whip it a little bit. My gap's a little wide, but it's all right. You're allowed to whip it. I'm whipping it forward and letting that puddle solidify. Alright? Just whipping it forward, let it solidify. It's a deep penetrating rod. Alright, you see where we basically got a good tie-in right here. That's where our tack was. We're good there. That's why you got to feather it. Then we ran all the way through here. We stopped on purpose to practice our restarts. Then we feathered it, and right here is where I stopped at. You could tell where it's kind of hump right here, tied in. I need a little practice. You want to make it where you can't tell, but it's still passable because there's no undercut, and everything's got good fusion right here. Then my fit up wasn't perfect. It was a little big on this side, and basically started whipping it a little bit and turned my amps down about 3 to 4 amps. About 4 amps I turned it down, and just kind of whipped it a little bit and just ran it all the way out. You're allowed to whip it or stick it in there and burn it. All right, I don't do this all the time. I haven't done this for a long time, but yeah, I mean, it's still passable and everything. So let's go ahead and grind the front side out, and then we're gonna run 70/18 all the way out to the cap. So we're taking this off 6010 EM, so I'm gonna run 1/8 inch 70/18 and jump up to 120. Hot start intensity is 5, good. Arc force, I'm gonna turn down to 5. And we're all good, we're ready to fire off. All right, before we get started, I don't even wire wheel it. I just basically grind this all completely silver, basically get all my black off and grind all my highs and try and make them all level with these low parts, because we don't want it to hump up and look like pregnant when we're filling it up, especially when we get to our cap. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna aim towards almost that bottom of the edge of the plate, but we're not gonna eat the edge away. You don't wanna eat the edge away. We're gonna try to do this in 3 layers. All I'm doing is trying to stay straight as I can, maintain that 1/8 inch arc length or less. Just running it all the way down, coming to the end, swing out, then come back in and pause, and pull right back out. We're going to chip that away, then we're going to grind our little toe on the high side of the weld. I did pretty good here, left the edges of my plate. I kind of couldn't see, my helmet's a little dirty, so I kind of went down, ate my plate up, but it's all right, we still could run with that. So we're going to go ahead and wire brush it. Then I'm going to grind my high toe to make sure I got, like, take away any lack of fusion or anything. And that will get rid of that little slag right there. You want to get rid of all the slag. If you guys can't get little bit of slag, let's say it's trapped in there after you grind and you want to keep on grinding, you want to get all that slag out. I usually take a 70/18 if I can't find a pick, just grind it to a point. I usually chip the flux off too, and I just make sure I pick at that. You want to get all that slag away, because it will bust you. You know what I mean? It will bust you. So take the time, get a flashlight, pick at it and pick at it. And another thing, if you're too tight, like if you have a big valley or a big narrow valley, you want to take this electrode and kind of lay it in here. That'll tell you have enough room, you won't entrap slag or anything. All right, so I know I'm wide enough and I'm good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and lay this other bead down. All right, we're gonna strike on the edge of the plate, long arc it and warm it up a little bit. And we're gonna stick it in there. We wanna make sure we're kind of rubbing that top of that plate, because we want to make sure we're tying in good on that top. Gravity's going to pull down and take care of that bottom. All right, you might have to do a little weave. Depends how you lay your bead in there. Try and tie in up top pretty good. That's all we're going for. All right, you don't want to eat your top of your bevel away, top of your plate. You want to use that. That's your guide to be straight. Oops, got a little, I went a little wide there, but it's all right. Just gonna let it burn in. All right, I'm gonna do a little stop and we're gonna do a little restart because I'm out of rod. So we're going to go ahead and wire wheel that off, chip it off, and we'll fire up the rest of 70/18. So I usually grind I grind a little low spot where I stopped at, because your start is gonna be a little cold. All right, you're gonna warm that electrode up. That's why I grind it low, so my restart could kind of blend in with the rest of the weld nice and even. We're basically going to strike about a 1/2 inch where you stopped at, on your 1/2 inch up here. Then we're going to come around and basically retrace it, come up around, and go ahead and take off. And just make sure you're kind of pushing your rod up on that top of that bevel. You want to tie in good, and we're just going to run her down. Trace it, come back. We're just going to shove her up in there. I'm going to let her fill up. My little plate's a little warm. I should turn my amp down and let it cool a little bit, but we'll be all right. Just to hear it popping real bad. We're gonna come over to let that cool, and just pause and fill it up. Well, I see how I don't have no high spot on my start. It kind of blend in. It looks like, you know, I mean, it looks like I didn't even stop. That's what you guys want. You want to keep consistent, don't have no highs and lows. That's all good there. All right, they basically cut a strap out for here, 1 inch strap, skip the middle, and 1 inch strap about right here. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna start the cap. So the cap, we're gonna kind of aim the rod down like this a little bit, and we're going to make sure our puddle is coming over the edge just a little bit. All right, we don't have to do no weave. The gravity will take care of the puddle. It basically pulls it down. The gravity will pull that puddle down. And that's what you want to aim for. It's hard to see, but you're aiming, you're looking right here. You want to keep looking right here the whole time. Make sure that puddle is going down, all right? Because once you, if you don't go all the way down over on top of the plate, you're kind of screwed. You'll have to add another pass and it won't look that pretty. So let's go ahead and do this. And just make sure we're tying on that bottom of that plate. Take your time. You can't see, you're holding too close of arc, back your arc up a little bit. They'll brighten it up for you. Alright? You want to make sure you try to stay as straight as possible. This is like your name when you're putting this cap on. This is your signature. Just keep running. So we tied in there. I'm a little squiggly, but it's all right. You're up. The main thing is we're tying in. We're not eating our side of our plate up, getting no undercut. So far we're doing good. That's where everyone gets screws up is the cap. See how I'm a little tight here and I went a little down too much. So I'm going to strike my arc and make sure I'm tying halfway. I'm going to make sure I'm going halfway over this bead. And when I get right here to this wide part, I'm going to do a little weave just to fill this in, just a little bit. Then when we come to the next bead, we'll overlap it by half and cover up our little windiness. Then we'll be good to go. I'm just going to do a little baby weave, cursive. Overlapping that bead by half. Some people use 3/30 seconds as the fill pass after the 60-10. Some people do a single pass 70-18 as the next fill pass, then do another 1/8 inch. It's all different. You gotta figure out your way. I don't know if I can make it. Oh, nope, my finger's on fire. So we got a good tie-in, no overlap on this bottom. I'm gonna wire wheel it so you guys clean this a little. Before we do this, so instead of grinding this, we're gonna switch it up. Try to learn coming from this way over and you'll have a better, it'll look flat. You can skip that little grind step here. You can start right here and bring it over from left-handed. You need to learn left hand when you're going on that right side of that pipe if you're right-handed. That's very important. There we go. Gonna do a little circle motion and pull right back out. When you put your fill passes in, you want to make sure you're about 1/16, no more than 1/8 under fill on your in your fill passes. All right, because if you're too high, like I'm a little too high right here, I grind a little groove right here. It's kind of benefits me is make sure I get the lack of fusion out on my side of my toe right here, and I grind a groove right here because I don't want my bead really high and it will lump out higher than this bead and it will look kind of ugly, but it'll still be passable. So we're just going to grind a little groove. The best thing to do is always try to grind straight. You always want to try to leave a silver straight line here. And if you got like valleys, hills like this, you always try to level them out because if you start on low, your weld will be low, then high, low and high. You try to always grind and level your whole plate out right here where you're gonna lay your bead, because it will show on your cap. Come on, babe. Come on. Rods are a little old. All right, so we're gonna make sure we're going on top of that plate or puddle. We're just gonna follow our silver groove we made, and we want to make sure our bottom of our puddle is overlapping half of that other bead that you laid your previous bead. All right. The reason you want to have a good fill pass inside there, because this is where the undercut will happen on your top toe, because gravity pulls the puddle down. So that's why you want to kind of angle your rod up 5 degrees, 10 degrees, or point your rod up. Come over here, let this fill in. That's it. What we're looking for is no undercut or underfill on the bottom edge of our plate right here, where our bottom bead tied in to the plate right here. So that's the main thing an inspector looks at. So we're good on that. Then we start looking at overlap and stuff in between the beads and make sure we got good tie-in. So we're good on that. And the top, this is a key thing because gravity wants to pull that puddle down away from that plate. So that's why you want to angle your rod up a little bit. And we got good tie-in right here, no undercut, no underfill. We're looking good. And when you take your plate up to your inspector or to your teacher, make sure you get all this smoke off and take your time cleaning it, because that's your name, that's your pride, whatever. Make sure you take your time cleaning it, because that's going to reflect who you are and everything. So yeah, all the people sticking around, been watching this, you guys made it to the end, congratulations. We're ready for the giveaway. So let's go ahead and do this giveaway and tell you what it is exactly. All right guys, you guys did an awesome job if you made it to the end here. So we're giving away this Everlast PowerARC 210. Does stick and TIG. This machine ran great. We ran the 6010 1/8 inch and the 7018 1/8 inch all the way out. It's a smooth running machine, and you guys are also getting 6010 rods, 1/8 inch and 7018 rods. So you guys can have fun as soon as you get the machine. You don't have to go out and buy some stick rods. All you guys gotta do is head over to Everlast YouTube channel and subscribe. And they're gonna announce the winner sometime next week, all right? Make sure you guys do that. Thanks for watching Weld.com. I appreciate you guys, appreciate your support and everything. Learning is key. Hope everyone's staying safe and staying healthy. Thank you.